Good afternoon. Welcome to Ford of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. My name is the Hobley. I'm sorry about this wind. Let me duck inside this Tahoe real quick so we can kind of discuss what we're going to be doing today without the gusts of that wind. I really wanted to bring a Nissan Armada to this competition, but unfortunately, that just didn't play out. So today, in our afternoon competition, big SUVs, Ford Expedition versus a Chevrolet Tahoe. Thank you to Ford of Murfreesboro for letting me play with your vehicles. Also, the Chevrolet Tahoe is a 2023, so it might not be as updated as a Chevrolet 2024 Chevrolet Tahoe, but we have to deal with what we got to deal with. But the Ford Expedition is a 2024 model because, as we all know, the Ford Expedition got a facelift and some new interior, and that'll be here in like next week or something. So I figured before the new one came in, let's exploit the old one. Anyway, let's do this. All right. I am not a salesperson. Let me get that squared away real quick. I just wanted to make that because I just always feel like there's such a negative connotation with salespeople. I feel sorry for them sometimes. But we're here to review the cars, so let's get on with it. So this right here is a 2023 Chevrolet Tahoe. This is an RST version. This is actually a little special of a Tahoe. They don't really equate with each other, but at least they're the same category, the same size and all that. This has a police package Tahoe suspension. It also has a few General Motors aftermarket products and goods. It's got an aftermarket air intake and also a General Motors performance exhaust. Slow down, Casey, you'll be able to say this a lot better. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Bobby. Here's what we're going to start doing, okay? Hi, thank you for popping in here. Because I'm just not even really paying attention to the screen, but I did see one up there. I have been totally neglecting YouTube. Totally. So I think what I'm going to do is we'll do TikTok in the morning, and then in the afternoon, we'll do a little competition, just a little quickie before we go home. You know what I mean? It's good to see you, Bobby. Thank you very much for coming in here. All right. So that is the Tahoe that is going to be competing. And up here, this is a 2024. This is an XLT. It's a pretty dolled up XLT. It doesn't have a sunroof. Neither one of these have a sunroof, but obviously you can get one in there. And that's something else. Sorry about the wind. Whatever options they don't have, obviously there's a King Ranch Expedition. There's a Platinum Expedition. Over here, there's a High Country Tahoe. So there's different levels and things like that, but I got to deal with what I got to deal with. All right. Thanks, Bobby. Heck yeah. Well, you know what? We'll finish out the day together then, my man. So quitting time's 3:29. Let's blow through these big SUVs together, Bobby. Thanks, man. All right, Chevrolet Tahoe, the cousin to the... Oh, so sorry about the gusts. Casey, I can't hear you because of the gusts. I've got to get us a microphone. I'm so sorry. I'm cheap. All right. The Chevrolet Tahoe, the GMC Yukon, and the Cadillac Escalade. They're all three cousins. Whoa, excuse me. Thought I was a little bit shorter than that. Also, the Suburban is built off of this, the Yukon XL, and also the Cadillac ESV. There's a lot of stuff coming off of this. And remember, okay, it's not like this is some big secret, but the Chevrolet Tahoe, it's basically that. Oh, this guy's crazy now. No. Go with me for just a second. That is a Chevrolet Silverado. Oh, look at that Can-Am. That thing looks so cool. Bobby, you see that? It's probably got more of those things are like turboed and all kinds of stuff. But some of them dudes cost 50 grand too. Anyway, the Chevrolet Silverado, that is a full-size truck. That is what the Chevrolet Tahoe, the Cadillac Escalade, the Yukon. Remember, that's also a GMC Sierra. That's its cousin. Anyway, we'll get onto that another time. All right, we have a couple different engine options underneath the hood of this. You can do a 5.3 liter V8 or a 6.2. You could also do, yeah, look what's coming to the lot. I'm so excited. Yes. I love little cars like that. Anyway, the 5.3, the 6.2 liter V8, or you can do a 3 liter Duramax diesel. It is not the big diesel that is in the big 2500s. It is a little bit smaller version. It's not the baby Duramax. It's a mini Duramax. Let's go with that. All right. Yeah, Bobby, thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right, we got a little underfloor storage right there. You've got your jack and your tire iron and all that. Right here behind this little panel, that's where you'll find your trailer hitch. This dude probably tows about 8,500, 9,000 pounds. Underneath right there is your spare tire. And that thing, if you'll open up this little crack right here, if you ever happen to have a flat tire, which hopefully you won't, but you just pop off this little plate and stick a jack tool in there and you start wanking your crank and the spare tire comes down there. The faster you wank your crank, the better. Before we start playing with all these power buttons, let's turn this on. I don't want to run down the battery. Bobby, thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right, here we go. We'll get up here and do all this in just a second. We'll get there in a second. All right, we're going to lay all these seats down. You do have third row seating in this? Of course you do. Let's do this. Oh, that's right. I got to hold these. Hey, you're on camera here, buddy. They want to see you do some stuff. Oh. Okay, hang on a second. Oh, it's broken, Casey. No, it's not. Hang on just a second. There we go. That seat was a little far forward. So let's go ahead and... There it goes all the way down. Now we'll lay the right down. I still can't believe that I have to hold that down. Because over here in the Expedition, we'll cheat a little bit, Bobby. Since it's just me and you, Big Daddy, we'll cheat a little bit. See, the Expedition, it has automatic. I should have started it. It's a little bit slower because the battery is down, but so point to the Expedition. However, I will say this. Families, moms, dads, there's some kid pulling on your clothes. Dad, are we there yet? It's pouring down the rain. You're trying to load stuff in the car, and that little slow automatic seat takes hours to upload. So, you know, hey, it could be what it is. Anyway, let's get back to this Tahoe right here. If you're just now tuning in, welcome. This is Ford of Murfreesboro. You're hanging out with the Hobley. I'm not a car salesman. Just hang out with us and let's check out these two SUVs. Not that there's anything wrong with a salesperson. They just always get a bad rap. So anyway, I just wanted to be forthcoming. Bobby, I'm trying. We only got 20 minutes here. We got less than 20 minutes. All right. So now then, that's with all the seats laid down. You could also lay that guy down if you wanted to from back here. Oh, did you see how that did? So there's the whole open kit and caboodle. You can put some 2x4s in there, a piece of sheetrock, piece of plywood anyway. Big screen up there. On the back of the center console, I'm going to zone in right there so y'all can see it. You got automatic climate control right there. There's a power outlet underneath that little square. You got two USB-Cs right there so everybody can charge up whatever the heck they need to. And you've also got power seats on the back of that guy. Now, let's bring them back to life. I don't think I can bring the second row up from back here. No way! Bobby, I really didn't know it did that. Enter, please. Enter. It's very simple. Enter. You know what? We're going to do a little thing here because I want to. Yeah. Bobby, me and you're having so much fun. Yeah, Bobby, we're just going to have a big time here. I'm going to do this right here, Bobby. Hang right here for me for just a second. We're going to put you right in there. The way the third row works out back here, the smaller you are, the better. I'm about 6'1", about 280 pounds. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you something. That way you can compare yourself to me. Be small, smaller than me. 6'5" guys, you're not going to work back here. No leg room to speak of whatsoever. All right, come on through here now. Y'all have been escorted into the car. So sorry there for your little ride right there. All right, now you're sitting in the third row back here in the Tahoe. We will put the jump seats back down right here and we'll flip that back up. All right, you've got two captain's chairs right here. Like we were stating before, a lot of the car manufacturers, they're going with captain's chairs in the second row. It's a little bit more luxurious, gets a little bit more room to move around. You do lose a seat though. So instead of having seating for 6 back here, you've only got seating for 5. But it is what it is. Remember, on Tahoes and Expeditions and a lot of these larger SUVs, you're going to have vents in the headrests or in the, what is that called? That's called the headliner, Casey. You'll have vents in there, so there's not any on the back of the console because that's one of my pet peeves. I think they should all be there. Let's go ahead and get up right there and play with a few things right there. Thanks a lot, Bobby. You the man, baby. You the man. You the man. We got to start going. See, I have wholly been neglecting the YouTube channel, totally. And that's why there's, I think we've had a total of 9 viewers. Bobby, you count for like 6 of them. Thanks, man. But we're going to get there. That's what I'm saying. We got to get there. All right. You know, Bobby knows the way I do this. Before we get in there, let's go ahead and pop the hood right here. Before we get in there and start playing with all that, let's see what's going on underneath the hood. Right here is the main difference between these two right here. Chevrolet, like we stated before, this has a General Motors performance intake and exhaust. It's not aftermarket. It came from the factory that way. All right, 5.3 liter, 6.2 liter V8, or a little small 3 liter diesel. In the Expedition, you got one engine. Sorry about the gusts of blastfulness. You got one engine to choose from. Now, there might be some different tunes and things like that, but there's only one engine. And it's not a V8. That's the main difference between these two. Hey, I like the... Ah! You look good in it! All right, real quick, since it's here, that is the Nissan Armada. Before we jump over here to that, yeah, that's the Nissan Armada. That's what I wanted to have out here to compare to have the three of them right there. That is no longer offered in a V8 anymore. You can only get a twin-turbo V6, but that is a Nissan Armada. That's a monster of a vehicle. It's very nice and luxurious. Hey, unlock the doors real quick, please. This is the Reserve Edition, the Platinum Reserve. You got a sunroof up there. It's got TV. Oh, it's got TVs on the back of the seat. Oh, man. You got right there, you got heated seats. You got, looks like automatic climate control, some cup holders right there. You got a big center console. I hate that I didn't get this started. It's also got a third row back there. So anyway, that's what I was going to compare, but that is the Nissan Armada, and that will compare just nice and beautiful compared to that Expedition and to that Tahoe. Thanks, man. But see, the Ford, they do it different. A long time ago, I think the first couple generations had V8s in the Expeditions. They've been running EcoBoost V6s for a long time. I can't exactly put the year in there, but anyway, 3.5 liter twin turbo V6. There are different tunes to it now. There's one of these that has 510 pound-feet of torque and does 0 to 60 in like 5.5 seconds. It's called the Stealth Edition. This is not that vehicle. It's not sounding good, boys. It's not sounding good, boys. Sorry about the wind and the fire truck. Wow, Bobby, this afternoon live business, I don't know if this is going to work. We've had a total of 4 viewers come in and an entire explosion in ambulance. Okay. All right, let's keep on trucking. Since we've looked at the engines, we've talked about all that, let's finish off with the Tahoe so we can get inside the Expedition. Toby! I was telling Bobby, I think we're going to start doing an afternoon live on YouTube somewhere around this time, about 2:30 in the afternoon. I think that's because we're neglecting the YouTube channel. Toby, the channel can't grow if I never spend any time on it. You know what I mean? And TikTok is growing like a weed. So we gotta move that over here. But thanks, Toby. I appreciate you popping in. I totally appreciate you coming in. All right, we're almost done with the Tahoe. You got a Bose stereo system because, come on, it's General Motors. You got power windows, power door locks, power mirrors, memory seats, bing, bada, boom, bada, bum. Here's your 4-wheel drive system right here, 4 high, 4 low, boom, bing, all that. Here's your automatic start, stop, parking sensors, camera, traction control, lane keep assist, electronic parking brake, light controls. It doesn't have any adjustable pedals or anything like that. There's your hood latch. That's kind of simple. It's power telescoping, scoping up and down steering wheel. Remember, this is a little bit more of a sportier one, so you're going to have the red stitching in there. Toby, it's just me and you, baby. It's good to see you. All right, let's jump on in here. All right. One thing I would like to say, remember, this is a 2023, and the 2024s have this screen. The 2025's got a lot bigger screen. We'll get a hold of a 2025 one day, but the interior is a little bit different in there. That's why I wanted to do these and compare it with the old Expedition before the new one comes in. This is your transmission right here. It's just a bunch of buttons. You got dual zone climate control right there, heated seats on both sides, cooled seats on both sides, USB-C and a USB-D. You got a 12-volt right there to plug in whatever you may want. I don't think this will give us navigation right here. I don't think so. Yep. You have to have it all turned on and everything. That's something. Anyway, all right, there's your gauges right there. And let's go through. It does have some drive modes, and it'll switch up the gauge cluster a little bit. There's sport. Oh, it doesn't change. How boring. Normal, sport, off-road, and tow haul mode. And that's about all I got to say about the Tahoe. Normally at this point, I would say, does anybody have any questions? But know there's no way. Bobby, Toby, you guys are fantastic. Thanks, man. All right, let's finish up over here on the expedition. Ah! Let's grab that water right there. What do you think? All right. Some people don't like this, and I will say this because there will be some people that do watch this in the future. The V6 right here, there is nothing wrong with an EcoBoost 3.5 V6. Just like any other thing, there's some telltale signs as they wear and get older that you might want to listen for. Timing change, timing chain chatter. When you cold start a 3.5, upon startup, if it's starting to wear a little bit, there'll be a little bit of timing chain noise. As soon as you start it seriously, and then it'll go away after a couple seconds. If that happens, there's some maintenance that needs to be worked on. But there's a couple small turbos underneath there. It does get a little bit better gas mileage than the Tahoe, but can we talk about something here just with honesty, folks? Look at the size of these. I mean, these are practically small buses. You don't need to really worry about gas mileage. They're not going to get good. I would say 15 would be a number you would regularly see, 17, 18. It doesn't matter if it's this or that. Possibly on the interstate. Now, that has a small diesel option, a 3-liter diesel option. That thing gets amazing gas mileage. So if gas mileage is something important to you, they do make one that gets it. All right, let's go ahead and climb in the back seat right here and let's keep on, or let's start this thing. You look good in there, that's you. You look good in there, yeah. All right, let's give her a little bit of life right here. And we'll get on in here. Apparently, I haven't seen this yet, Bobby, Toby, but the new 2025 is supposedly supposed to make that screen look tiny. I haven't seen it, but it should be in here next week, is what they were saying. That's why I'm kind of rushing to get this done. All right, like we stated a minute ago, this is all power back here. Let's see if it goes a little bit faster. Oh, here we go. No, it's about that slow anyway. But it is automatic. I should have moved those floor mats. That might mess that up. That's why that little flap didn't lay down. Wow, it really is that slow. All right, come on back up. Wow, oh, those floor, I knew those floor mats were gonna be a problem. Ooh, if I tap that twice, it doesn't pop up like the Tahoes do. Oh, well. Toby, no, not really. No, Toby, it's really not underpowered. That's what I was saying. There's a stealth edition, like a high performance one, and it's got 510 pound-feet of torque. No, I think this is 400 horsepower, 450 pound-feet of torque, I think. No, the turbos definitely help. And since they're smaller, it spools up quicker, so it's not something like that. How do we, hey, you're on camera here. They're seeing you not do good. Okay, but it's probably Casey error. Y'all know how that goes. Well, that's never cool, is it? Toby, Bobby. Well, y'all know how I deal with something like that. We just keep on trucking. Well, sorry, YouTube. Let's see if I can try this again. Let's pick this up right here. Now let's come up here and let me move these mats. Oh man, that's wedged in there. Okay, honey, you got to come up now. You got to do this for me. Come on now. You got to do this. No! Wrong way. You stay right there. Wrong button. It's your other left, Casey. It's your other left. There we go. Come on. Yes. Ooh. Okay. Wow, it did that really mess that up like that? Holy cow, one little floor mat. Okay, there is the back seat right there. I am not going to climb back there because it's going to be about the exact same room as the Tahoe was, which, needless to say, be smaller when you're back there. Okay, this is not a fully loaded Expedition. Some of these have big twin panel moonroofs. This one does not. But just like we stated in the Tahoe right here, it has captain seats as opposed to the bench seat. Yes, you lose a seat, but like I said before, it's a little bit more luxurious and stuff like that. These captain's chairs have this massive girthy armrest. Look at the girth on there, Bobby. Whew! I'm telling you, girth approved right there. All right, we got an Expedition right there. You got two USBs to charge them up right there. Got a little power outlet goings on right there. You got automatic climate control, but there are no heated seats back here. If you went up to a different higher trim level, you could get them. They are offered, just not in this one. 12-volt power outlet back there. There's a look up front. That screen is a little bit bigger than the Tahoe's, but not that big. Toby! All right. I do not have the window sticker for that Tahoe back there. That price is not something usually that we deal with, but since this is a brand new one, we might as well go ahead and check out the window sticker. All right, 2024 Expedition XLT 4x4, 3.5 liter EcoBoost, 10-speed automatic, iconic silver and sandstone Active X. There, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. This is all the normal options that come with it, all the standard stuff. 8-inch productivity screen. Wow, that looks a lot bigger than 8 inches. Listen, calm down now. Don't get all weird. All right, special edition package, $2,745. We got 275, 55, 20 all-season tires, 20-inch machined aluminum wheels with painted pockets, second row captain's chairs, floor liners, first and second row without carpeted mats. Those are $160. Control track with a 373 gear. Okay, $1,500. And that front license plate, Ford's going to throw that in for you. Mile per gallon, 16 in the city, 22 on the highway. She's ringing in at a nice, healthy 73,285. Yes, the tan looks good. Let's walk over to the other side. Let's play with a few things like that. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. This may just be a bad time. I mean, I know we haven't been going live here very much, so that obviously has something to do with it. We got to build up the thing. But maybe just this time of the afternoon's not good. But it doesn't matter. We're still playing with cars, right? Right. Okay, we got 3-way memory seats, power windows, power door locks. I don't know how many speakers are in here, but I guarantee you there's a whole bunch of them right here. Let's do a squishy squish test. Squishy, super squishy. That's a trampoline right there. Hard plastic down low, 2 water bottle holders. It's got power adjustable pedals. They go up and down to make you feel taller or shorter. This doesn't have the twin panel moonroof, but it is offered. Power, tilting, telescoping wheel. Oh, you can just feel the luxury just dripping everywhere. All right, coming on in here, let's turn that down so it's not blowing on you guys. All right, 4-wheel drives right there. We'll go through the drive modes in just a second. It is a dial transmission. It's hooked up to a 10-speed automatic, and there is to lock out your rear end. All right, is the lift gate not closed? Can I close that from here? That would be impressive if we could. It is closing from here. Yes. So we're at Lowe's and somebody's delivered a few things we've picked up and we can close it from here. All right. Okay, drive modes. Let's go ahead and play with those real quick. Here we go, baby. Let's get off that tire pressure monitor. I knew you would change. I'm kind of shocked that Tahoe doesn't do anything fun when it changes. All right, let me get in here so you guys can see that. Whoa, that glare sucks. All right, normal, slippery, moist, dripping. All right, it's going into 4-wheel high all by itself. I'm not doing anything. I'm trying to keep it a good screen for you guys. All right, now we're gonna go from slippery into sand. It's probably gonna go into another 4-wheel drive setting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go one more time. Now we're into mud and ruts. Oh yes, we're heading up to the base camp. It's changing the gauge, and let's go one more time. Tow haul mode. Oh wait, we went the wrong way, because it skipped over to sport mode. I hate when it cheats me like that. And one more time back to the other way. Sport mode. All right, real quick. Wireless charging pad down. Let me back that out so you guys aren't so close. USB-C and a USB-D. You got cooled seats and heated seats on both sides. Heated steering wheel. You've also got dual zone climate controls. Where's my shortcut for the camera? They want to see. Oh, you don't have one? No way! There's to touch off to turn off the auto start stop. This doesn't have a camera package. I'm like really shocked here. There's to turn off the screen just to give that information. Wow, Danny, that's kind of I thought they all got that, but I guess not. Hey now. Bummer. All right, let you see the navigation screen. It takes up the entire screen. You got 2 levels of storage, a regular glove box and a big boy glove box right there. And I think that's about all we've got to talk about, right, guys? I mean, is there anything else that you can think of that I haven't covered? Let's get out and look at these things. Here's the way this breaks down. And once again, Toby, I'd like to say Toby and Bobby, thank the hell out of you two guys. I love it. Ducky! Hi, Ducky. I'm so sorry I've missed you if you've been in here for a minute. I am so sorry. It's just been us for a minute, so we've been kind of quiet, just kind of been reserved. We haven't gone live in a long time, So we're trying to pick it back up. Anyway, thanks, Ducky. I appreciate you coming, and hello. All right, so here's the way this breaks down at the end of this show. Big boy Tahoes, big boy Expeditions, big boy SUVs. I do want to say that just as a little quick parting gift. And I know this is kind of boring, but let's just set the record straight. Not really set the record straight like it's never been set straight before, but let's just talk about it. That is a crossover, okay? And I know my folks have heard me say this so many times, and it is boring. That is built off of a car, okay? That is a Ford Escape. That is a car. It is a front-wheel drive vehicle, and then they add four-wheel drive by putting a rear end back there. But it's built off of a car. It's a unibody is what it's called. This is an actual SUV. And like we talked about at the beginning, this is built off of an F-150. I'm sorry about the gusts, but wow, that's a big gust. That and those F-150s over there, the Expedition needs that to become an Expedition. The same thing as that Tahoe right there. It needs a Silverado to finish up and make its life complete. It needs that. That turns into this with just some glass put on the back. That's it. I know I've said this a couple times. Thank you, guys. We'll get our footing over here. And maybe this is just a bad time, but I don't think that's what it is. I think it's the fact that I've been neglecting the channel. I really want to say appreciate you guys so much. Bobby, Toby, I guess we'll go live. Is the rear axle solid? Oh, no. Toby, I would imagine, now that one right there, that does have a locking differential. So you can lock that out. I don't know if this one has a locking differential. I know there is one offered. I don't know about as far as the crossovers, Toby, if they have locking differentials. I know some of them do. Some little crossovers are a little more capable than others. Like a Bronco Sport Badlands or the Jeep, what's the little Jeep? The little Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. That guy, it's actually got a pretty trick little rear end, so it's not that bad either. But most of them, no. But anyway, tomorrow morning we'll be back on TikTok doing the thing. And I guess that's it. Once again, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. It meant a lot. Toby, be safe. Bobby, Ducky, see you guys later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.